soul session time. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And to be honest, we are doing a soul session early. I'm recording this a little bit early. You're gonna hear it on Sunday, and that's because yesterday, on the 4th of July, got married. So we are on lockdown, ready to go, married woman. All right, so this soul session is going to be on relationships and caring for people and blossoming and seeing things go and also recognizing when to maybe get out of one or when to change one, kind of how all that goes down. So again, my name is Chancey. We will be doing this soul session together. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited for it, and let's just kind of get right into it, which is building some relationships. And you know, I'm going to give you a couple examples throughout this, which is going to be some good relationships that I'm in, some relationships I'm trying to work on, and some relationships that I probably need to leave. And the ones that, let's go with the good ones. The good ones on these good relationships, man, telling people how much you appreciate them, how much you love them, how much you care for them, and being specific on some of those things, you can't hear enough of it. And if it's truly valid, right? If it's truly valid, you can tell people, and if it comes from the heart. So it's got to come from the heart, it's got to be valid, it's got to be, passionate. I mean, tell people that you appreciate them. Now, that could be a coworker. You don't have to tell your coworker that you love them, but tell them things that you appreciate about them. You know, maybe they make the coffee every single morning, and nobody says thank you, or nobody says anything. And all of a sudden, one day you just go over and it's just kind of look them in the eye, and you bring them a cup of coffee and say, I just want to say thank you so much. I know you make the coffee every single morning. I don't know if anybody else notices, but I do, and I really appreciate it. It's little things like that, right? Your significant other, right? They're doing something, and maybe you just don't say that's their normal routine is taking out the trash or mowing the lawn or making the bed or doing the laundry or getting up the kids and getting them ready in the morning or putting them to bed like in bath time. Maybe they take care of the dogs like they always take them to get their nails done, like whatever it is. And stopping, savoring and appreciating those moments and then letting the other person know is gonna be, it's gonna mean the world to them. And it's just those little things to where you start, because in a relationship, right, good, bad, or indifferent, you start that relationship out with kind of this, let's talk about a bank, like this negative bank balance, not negative, but this zero bank balance. And if you go into a relationship and you start taking, it's kind of negative, you want things all the time, so you're asking more than you're giving. So now your bank account is in the negative. Versus, you start a relationship out with love, appreciation, gratitude, giving, respect, and you put all these positives in there. Okay, my relationship is in the positive with this person. And if I happen to get frustrated, mad, need to have a serious conversation, need to correct, need to do anything, I can go in there and take a little bit out, but I'm still in the positive, okay? It's when you see relationships start to break, bend, snap, is when that goes the other way, right? When we're so in the negative, and even when you try and do something positive, it doesn't matter. That relationship is still in the negative. Right? We're not in this positive world. So we're trying to now, I did something nice. It's like, okay, but you're still in the negative. I said something. Okay, well, we're still in the negative, right? These positives need to continue to go into this negative bank account till we're even, and then those positives supersede it. So remember that when you go into any sort of new relationship, or maybe your current relationship, and you look at it and go, okay, where is my checks and balances and where's my account level with this person? And you have to be real with yourself, because if the relationship is kind of, it's a little spicy, it's a little uneasy, it's a little, salty, then it's like, okay, well, I'm probably in the negative. I gotta work my way back into the positive, and you can't rely on the other person to do that, because you can only control yourself, right? You can only control what you do, what you say, what you think. So if that's what the only things that you can control is you're the only person that's going to be able to make deposits or withdrawals in that relationship. So in the good ones, keep them good. Keep that positive bank account, right? Go in there. Again, show appreciation, show love, show gratitude, and again, that can be towards anybody. Now, a relationship you're trying to work on, there's relationships that I'm trying to work on right now, to where I have to be overly communicative. Like, I'm really trying to communicate and understand somebody, because I'm trying to learn, their thought process. I'm trying to learn how they communicate. I might have already maybe gotten into the negative with them somehow, and maybe I didn't even know that I did that. But in their mind, I did something, said something to them that got me into the negative. And what I always try and communicate with those who I'm trying to work on a relationship with is I will be 100% open and honest with you as we work through this, but this is only going to work if you're 100% open and honest with me. It's got to have this two-way door, because if you're frustrated with me and I don't know about it, that's really unfair to me, because I can't fix it. I can't fix a problem I don't know of. So if you feel like you're giving or you're trying really hard and the person isn't, you do it, it's just like, why is it not getting through? It might be a opportunity to kind of have more of a sit-down conversation and go, hey, let's be honest with each other, because I want this relationship to work. There's some things that I would like to talk about that I think we could work on. So there's some problems here. I have some solutions to those. Now, I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. I'm going to ask you to, if you have some problems with me, some things that I say, do, again, whatever it is, communicate it to me, and then I'm going to probably ask you, if you don't have some already, that what's the solution, right? So if if I say something a certain way, what can I do next time that would make you feel better in that situation? How can I communicate better the next time something like that comes up, right? And you have to be willing, open to learn, have some humility, right? And know that, move your pride out of the side, because you want this relationship to work. Okay, so those are kind of my tips for that one. Is you've got to be open, you've got to have open ears, right? Because you got one of these, you got two of these. So listen, right? Speak when you're supposed to, right? At the right time. Try and learn and be open and communicate when you have frustrations, or still communicate when things are going really well, or you appreciate stuff. So you'll take something out of this bucket of somebody, that relationship that we really like, right, that's going really well, and we're in the positive with the relationship balance, and make sure that you stay positive and try and move that relationship into that positive balance. So that one is gotta be open communication, again, on both ends, because you can never fix a problem that you don't know of, ever. And you've gotta be humble, you gotta be willing to learn, you gotta be open to it. And if you do that, more often than not, if the other person also is willing to do the same, things can move forward in a positive balance. And that's all about relationships and building and growing. And our third kind of relationship, where maybe do you need to get out of it? We talked about that in the past. We talked about, if you guys have been keeping up on these soul sessions, is, gosh, when do I need to leave a negative relationship, or relationship to where we are so far in the negative, I don't even want to be a part of it anymore. There's no way, there's nothing this person can do to get us into the positive. I mean, it's just not going to happen. There's just been too many withdrawals and it's not going to work, right? It's too much damage, and it's not going to work. And maybe you don't want it to work, and that's okay to have that feeling of, I don't even want it to work. I just kind of want to get away from it. And we talked about slowly distancing yourself from that person. If you're able to, maybe, eventually cutting them off. Just you've got to look at it in a respectful way and go, maybe do I just need to be honest with them, because they're trying. They think we're in this middle relationship to where we're have this open dialogue and we're trying to fix it. And you might be going, I don't want to fix it, but you can't avoid it. You need to tell that person in this relationship that you want to get away from. Maybe not immediately, but if they're going to ask you for open and honesty, maybe it's just like, I'm not sure I want to fix it. Maybe this is a good time to go our separate ways and to move on and forward, so we both can be happy in whatever direction that is. And if you can't have that conversation, again, that's okay. It might just be that slow fade of communication, of social gatherings towards them, which I know we're not supposed to be doing, but if you're in a setting in the future to where they're there and they're always there, maybe you just don't show up. Maybe you don't want to go. Maybe you don't want to be a part of that person because they're so negative or they bring you down. It's just not worth it. So, relationships, they are like a freaking plant, right? They take constant love, sunshine, appreciation, shade, grooming, right? Miracle Grow sometimes, water, they take it all. And sometimes a relationship will, things will start to wither. And if you pour enough love, sunshine, water into that relationship, you can see it re-flourish. And that's kind of maybe my best analogy for relationships is if you want it to die, stop watering it. Stop giving it sunshine. Stop giving it attention. You've got to kind of cut it off and just say, that plant, that relationship needs to kind of just wither away and go. That middle relationship where we're trying to work on it together, it might take time, to re-get that plant, that flower back in bloom, because it's a little withered, right? It's going to take some, again, love, sunshine, water, Miracle Grow, time, attention, and it's going to be, you got to be patient and consistent with getting that thing back up and flourishing. And if you got one that's already blooming, it looks fantastic, it smells good, it looks good, feels good, smells good, then you just got to keep it going. And that's where, in that relationship, you don't want to ignore it, right? Don't ignore those good relationships. So I hope you guys enjoyed this soul session. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you had a good, happy 4th of July yesterday. I hope not too many people are hungover. I hope you stay hydrated today on Sunday. Go for a walk, hug your loved ones, connect with people that you can connect with. Call them, text them, email them, whatever it takes. Stay socially connected to everybody, right? Wear the mask, stay safe. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much again for joining me today. All of our medical, military, and first responders. I love you guys, appreciate you keeping us safe. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys in another week. Bye.